Hey guys, today I'm gonna be answering all of your guys' juicy questions. Okay, I feel like I've never actually sat down and properly talked to you guys, not even on TikTok, because TikTok's obviously more short formed videos, so there's really so much I can say in one video. But I also feel like I've never really answered your guys' questions. Also, don't mind the mess in the back. Basically, I asked you guys to ask me questions on Instagram, and there is a lot to go through. So obviously I'm not gonna be answering every single one. By the way, everything I'm gonna be using in this video will be linked in the description. Okay, first I'm going with this Caudalie spray, a refreshing mist. Just keeps my face hydrated. Okay, I want to start off nice and simple. First question is, where were you born? I think I've maybe talked about this once or twice on TikTok, but I was actually born in Taiwan. Born and raised, but my mom is Canadian. My oldest sister was actually born in Canada. Me and the middle child were born in Taiwan. The most asked question I get is, how is your English so good? I went to an international school in Taiwan. So in Asia, there's private international schools where the first language is English. And so obviously we were fortunate enough to go to one of those schools. But yeah, we didn't move to Canada until I was in the 5th grade. So it was a little later on. It was definitely an adjustment because it was my first time in North America. So it was super scary. But I think it was a really, really good decision. How did you start social media? I've already answered this question on my TikTok, so you guys can just go watch that. Nothing was ever intentional. I didn't intentionally want to blow up or be a content creator. It kind of all just happened. I can't find my Goldie drops. Found it. Anyways, but I do feel like I've always been in I've always been on social media. I've always had a TikTok account. I was always posting hauls and little girly stuff. It's always been my thing. Next question. Someone asked, do you have a boyfriend? No, I do not have a boyfriend. If I did have a boyfriend, I'm sure you guys would know somehow. If I did have a boyfriend, I'd probably tell you guys 2 months in. But I hope that answers the question if I have a boyfriend or not. I got so many of those questions, do you have a boyfriend? Are you talking to anyone? Y'all got personal too. Someone asked, worst hookup story. I have always drawn such a huge line between what I want to share with the internet and what I want to keep private. Any major future plans or goals? That's a good question. I like that question. I feel like my major goal right now is I want to live in New York so bad. And I know that's such a cliche goal, but New York has always been such a big dream of mine. I do have plans on transferring and whatnot. But honestly, we'll just see what the future holds. But as of right now, that is my biggest goal. Someone said, can you talk about life before and after you became famous? I wouldn't call myself famous. I just say socially known. Life is pretty much the same. The biggest thing is you just go on with your life like you did before blowing up on TikTok. But now there's just eyes on you. People are just watching you now. That's the only difference really. Some people may love it, some people may hate it. I've always been a really quiet, not quiet, just a person who likes to keep to myself. I never liked having a bunch of friends. I never liked attention on me. It was definitely an adjustment, but again, no complaints.
Hey y'all, okay, I'm editing this video now, and I realized I didn't properly answer this question. A lot has changed since starting social media. It was a huge flip on my life. I gained so many more opportunities. I was able to do things I never thought I would ever be doing in my life. I was able to quit my fucking 5 to 1 a.m. job. I got the opportunity to meet so many cool people, and it is something I will never ever take granted for. And I have met so many amazing people through social media. And of course, I have all of you guys supporting me. So to sum it up, it has been a wonderful experience, and it still is. I'm still gonna continue to do social media, and I honestly can't wait to see where this takes me. Anyways, hope that answered that question.
Does it feel weird / different being so known? This kind of relates back to the previous question. I feel for a lot of people, they do really enjoy it. But again, I've always been a very private person. Never really liked attention. So it's definitely very weird. The one and only Chelsea. Those crackers that were here yesterday that I made. I ate them all. I ate them all this morning. Someone said, if you didn't become an influencer, what would you like to be? A writer. Chelsea answered that for me. If you guys didn't know, I major in writing right now. Always wanted to be a journalist. I've always been a huge reader. Obviously, after social media happened, I did gain a lot of interest in like business and like the media and the entertainment side of it, like marketing and stuff. So that's definitely something I'd love to look into in the future. Next question. How did you start not caring about what people think of you? Obviously, you love to know what people think of you. And I do care, like still, obviously. If someone's saying something bad about you, like just don't acknowledge it. Otherwise, you're just gonna be giving them the attention. I feel like a lot of people say that influencers have a really high ego, which I can agree to an extent, but I feel like they have these egos to protect themselves. 7th question. Chelsea, you can answer this one. They asked, how do your friends feel about you after blowing up?
I was friends with Katie before she blew up. I feel the same as I did before.
She feels exactly the same.
I've just known Katie, so with me it's just the same Katie.
How long did it take to get you where you are? A lot of people don't know this, but I actually started social media this year. Like, I've always been on social media, obviously. I've always had TikTok, and I've always been posting like hauls, TBH, but I only have like a few hundred followers, and most of them were my friends, and I get like 50 likes per post, but it was just like whatever. And then my first video that went viral was this year in February. It all just happened so suddenly, which is so shocking. Like, so roughly like a few months. Can you speak Mandarin?
Yeah.
So yes, I do speak Mandarin. Because obviously growing up in Taiwan, I kind of like have to speak it. It's my family's first language, so it's my first language too. It is very like rusty now. I can understand it properly. I can speak it pretty fluently, I'd say, but I can't write. Are you more of a silver or a gold girly? I've been silver my whole life, but recently I've been kind of like transforming into a bit of gold. As you can tell, my earrings are gold, but everything else is silver. Like, my rings are always silver, my bracelets are silver, my necklace is silver. Silver is also cheaper, so I prefer silver. What's your ideal job? Good one. No, literally last year I wanted to be an Uber driver so bad, but I don't even have my license, like what? And I wanted to be a fucking Amazon driver. Just listen to this. Literally, imagine the joy and excitement you feel when you receive a package. I want to be the one delivering that excitement and joy. Where do you see yourself in 10 years? In a penthouse in New York. What sports did you play growing up? When I was like super young, my mom didn't put me in any sports. I've never been like an athletic person. That's honestly probably why, because my mom never put me in sports, so I was never like athletic. But my mom put me in a bunch of like artistic extracurriculars. Like, I feel like a lot of like Asian parents make their kids like play instruments growing up instead of sports. I played the piano for like 9 years. I played the violin, which is so random. I played the clarinet. And then in grade 6, my older sister was in grade 9 at this time. She started playing lacrosse, and then I was like, hey, I want to play too. My mom put me on this lacrosse team, and I played lacrosse for like 2 years. I played both field lacrosse and box lacrosse. Box lacrosse is like an indoor, and it's like more aggressive. I literally like remember like almost puking at one game because someone body checked me so hard. I was like, okay, like. And then field lacrosse is lacrosse on a field, and it's less like contact. So anyways, and then I figure skated for a little bit. I quit all my extracurriculars last year because I just got too busy. There was too much stuff going on. So no, early this year. I was definitely not the athletic child in the family. Alright y'all, I hope that answered a lot of your guys' questions. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye! Look who wants to say bye now.